Super welterweight title, and this will be over 10 rounds. It's between Italy and India. We've got Israr Usmani in the blue corner with 10 fights in his record, 7 wins, 3 losses, no draws. And then Ricardo Rizzi, it's Rico time in the red corner with an undefeated record of 8 fights, 8 victories, no defeats, no draws.
A very fast start by both of these fighters. And we were saying earlier, the difference in body stature and the way that these two look, considering they're the same weight, is very interesting. The body, levels here is just very interesting. There's a lot of power and a lot of muscle in the arms of Israr Usmani. So I'm very curious to how Ricardo Rizzi, gets around these big muscles of the Indian man. Let's see very soon, Ali.
Yeah, I mean, Ricardo does like to stay behind his jab. He's got a great jab, great straight punches, really does take his time to break down his opponents.
We've been very fortunate as well to kind of just almost grow with It's Rico time, because we've seen him fight several times before and we've seen him get better in every fight. And like you said, his jab is definitely his best weapon, and he's definitely still finding his footwork, and I think he looks very, very on point here in this fight. I
think in the early stages of your career though, Jim, if your jab is your best weapon, that's a good foundation, a good building block.
Yeah, absolutely. You can win fights just on the jab alone, and the classic saying is everything off the jab, and the jab basically controls everything. And that big right hand was set up by the jab as well. Ricardo, it's Rico time. Rizzi is definitely putting on a show right now for this first round.
Yeah, Rizzi targeting the body as well. I mean, Usmani just needs to start sort of being a bit more active right now, Jimmy. He's just watching a little bit too much and reacting too much to what Ricardo's doing instead of being a bit more assertive.
Usmani's loading up on that right hand. He's trying to find an opening on Rizzi here, and he's going to try and throw a big overhand right as soon as he can. So I think that's what he's going for, maybe a big knockout overhand right. But as long as Rizzi stays behind the jab and keeps that footwork in that medium to long range, I think he's just going to absolutely dominate this fight.
Again, Rizzi with the jab, holding the center of the ring with it.
He's a very smart fighter as well, Rizzi. I can see him just constantly staying behind that jab and keeping that right hand very, very high, even when he comes into the body as well. So Rizzi's boxing smart, and that's exactly what's going to win this fight. Staying smart and staying behind the jab.
Yeah, Usmani trying to have this fight on the inside, fighting a phone booth, if you will. Lots of grabbing and punching from Usmani, but completely legal though, right, Jim?
As long as he's grabbing him and actually still trying to work in that clinch as well, that's completely fine. But you cannot necessarily hug your opponent and just expect that to be okay. The referee will give you a warning if you keep hugging. But everything right now is going exactly to plan for Rizzi, it looks like. Every time he's on the inside, he wraps his opponent up and still gets a shot off. Very impressive stuff by Rizzi here.
Great overhand right there from Rizzi. We're in the 10-second mark now in this first round. Jab as well from Rizzi, staying a little bit busy before the round is over.
And you mentioned, Usmani wants to get up close and personal, but by Rizzi just constantly flicking that jab out, he's not allowing Usman to actually get up close.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. Here we go. See the replays here. There's the handy work from Ricardo Rizzi and the inside work from Usmani. So both fighters have 2 completely different tactics. Let's see which one's going to pay off in round 2.
And we saw that overhand right just missed the target as well. So you can kind of see that Usmani is lock and loading that overhand right, and it looks like he's looking almost for a Hail Mary, but I don't think that's the tactic you want to do against someone like Ricardo Rizzi, because Rizzi is sticking to a jab, he's sticking to the game plan, and we know that Rizzi is also a boxing coach out in Dubai. So when you're a coach, you've got to prove everything that you teach your students, that those skills actually work in a real fight. There's no use telling all your students to stick behind a jab, keep it safe, and get with a straight 1-2 combination unless you're actually going to utilize it in a fight. So I think Rizzi here is almost selling himself in this fight to prove it works.
Yeah, I mean, there's always extra pressure when you're a coach and you get in there and have another fight, or you have a career that's still going. But Rizzi's done really well so far. Here we go, round number 2 right now, and Usmani comes out a lot more aggressive.
And I think Usmani needs to be aggressive. He needs to gain some respect of Rizzi as well, because Rizzi just needs to stay at that medium to long range. He doesn't need to box on the inside. He's longer, he's got a better jab, and he's faster as well. Rizzi could just stay behind the jab and only follow up with either a right hand or even go for that classic question mark hook where you pretend to throw a jab and you turn it into a hook at the last second.
Rizzi now, though, covering up and opening up on the inside. Good left hook earlier on.
And this is a good sign that you've got the timing of your opponent down when you start fighting them at their own game as well. I mean, he's now just walking his opponent down. So Rizzi started off staying on that back foot, boxing at medium range, and now he's actually walking down the stronger opponent, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Very nice stuff.
Rizzi again pouring out the jab. Straight right goes down the pipe. Missing with the right hand that time, though, and there goes Usmani trying to jump in with the left hook.
As long as Rizzi has done his homework and done all the cardio work that he needs to do, he can keep this pace up, but marching forward, constantly walking towards your opponent, unless they're going down, it's not a good investment, but Rizzi has done his homework here. Beautiful right hand sends Usmani to the canvas.
Really just took his opportunity there, and it paid off. Rizzi with the right hand, and here he goes in for the kill. Another right hand, and Usmani goes crashing down to the canvas. One more knockdown, Jim, and it's all over.
And this is exactly what Rizzi was planning. He wanted to wear him down in the first round and then walk him down in the second. Has it paid off? Rizzi is now going in for the kill here. He's swinging, and he's put his man down for the third time, and that is it. And once again, it's Rico's time. He has won his another fight. He now goes to 9 and a beautiful performance, Ali. What did you think to that?
Yeah, I really liked just how he just took his chance and just went straight in for the kill. And just like a homeless man on a Christmas ham, Jim, just didn't let it go at all and just took that opportunity and ran with it.
A great analogy indeed. Let's see some of these action replays, Ali. So it was those right hands that got through in between the guard, but I don't know if you noticed, it was these left hooks as well when he was inside the clinch that set up that right hand eventually. So he kept using his left jab and his hook to really set up that right hand, to really allow his opponent to move his guard and set up that knockout shot. We're going to go to Teddy in just a moment with the official announcement, but what a fantastic performance by Ricardo Rizzi.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout was stopped 1 minute